Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of Class 11 Arts, and today we will start with the second type of legislature, that is the bicameral legislature. Before that, we completed the introduction part of the legislature. We also read about the meaning of parliament both in the Latin and the French. After that, we read about the two types of legislature, which is when the first one is unicameral and the second one is bicameral. Then after that we completed about the unicameral legislature and its definition. After that we had gone through merits of unicameral legislature, under which 6 points were there. After that we again went through learning about the demerits of unicameral legislature, and today we will start with the second type of legislature, that is bicameral legislature. So let us proceed then. So bi means two and cameral means chamber. That means as by the sentence or by the word itself you can analyze that the meaning of bicameral means the two chamber or the two house. So bicameral legislature means two chambers or two houses. Lower house is called the first house and the upper house is called the second house. Clear? That means there are two houses whichever country follows the bicameral legislature, and under that the lower house is always known as the first house and the upper house is called the second house. So America, Britain and India are the classic examples of bicameral legislature. So as per bicameral legislature, or the country that follows bicameral legislature are countries like United States of America, Britain and India. These are some of the classic examples that had been following the bicameral legislature. They have two chamber or two houses. If suppose take example of India, in India as per bicameral legislature the lower house is called the first house. That means lower house is the in India is the Lok Sabha and upper house is the Rajya Sabha. So likewise bicameral legislature has been developed according to the historical evolution. So whatever the changes or modification has been made or has came related to the bicameral legislature, that has been done through the evolution of historical sphere or looking at the historical evolution. Clear? After that, moving on to the next point, that is merits of bicameral legislature. So what are the advantages or merits of bicameral legislature? Let us read them. Number one is it prevents despotism of a single house. So under this heading, a bicameral legislature is a safeguard against the despotism of a single chamber legislature. If there are two houses, one can act as a check on the other. So earlier we read about the demerits of unicameral legislature. So in order to know clearly about or to understand clearly about the merits of bicameral legislature, we can tell that it prevents despotism, as there was only one house in the unicameral legislature, so that could have acted as a dictator because there is no one to check the other one, because there is only a single chamber or single house. But in bicameral, if suppose lower houses is doing mistake in coming up with some bills, so the other houses, that is the upper house, can put a check on them by going thoroughly through whatever the acts or policies they are framing. So the other house is always present there, which can act as a check and balance system. They can act as a watchdog. After that, related to the second merits of bicameral legislature, it has check on hasty legislation. That means bicameral legislature serve as a check upon hasty, rash and ill-considered legislature. The second chamber can remove the defects while revising the bills. That means as it is related to number 1 point only, first they will have a look into each other's work. Suppose the lower house is making mistake, the upper house will rectify it. And how they will rectify it? When the bill will come, if suppose one bill or law is being passed from the lower houses of the parliament, that will of course go to the upper houses also. So when the bill will be sent to the upper house, then that bill, whatever the mistakes is there, that can be rectified by revising the bill. Some changes which are required, that can be done by the other houses. So it can have a check on hasty legislation. Here also you can say that it will stop the other houses from being dictator. After that, it reduces burden of legislature. So bicameral legislature reduces the burden of legislation. If there is second chamber, then it reduces the burden of legislation of the first chamber. So if we compare unicameral and bicameral legislature, in unicameral the workload is of a huge amount, because there is only single house and they can or they should do the work by themselves only. But here in bicameral legislature, as there are two houses, so the workload or the work or responsibility are divided into or between two houses. So that actually results in what? It reduces the burden of legislature. After that, the fourth merit of bicameral legislature is that it has the representation of different interests. So bicameralism provides a convenient means of giving representation to different groups and interests. Distinguished people in the field of art, science, literature and minorities can be nominated. So if we talk about bicameral legislation, in which the lower house in India is the Lok Sabha, where people elect their leaders through the right to vote. But in Rajya Sabha, there are some quota according to which sports person, prominent personalities related to the arts, literature section or minorities are nominated by the president also. So in this way, what will happen? In the bicameral legislature, different groups of people belonging to the art community, field of arts, science, or that can be from literature, sportsmen and minorities, they can be nominated and they can be appointed to the upper house as related to the country India. So it will represent people of different sections. In this way, all will have to work for their own advantage. So in that way, if every people are there, they can be represented to the different sections of the society. Clear? So with this, we have come to the end of today's topic. In today's topic, we have started understanding about bicameral legislature, in which according to bicameral legislature, there are two houses and there is always lower houses, which is called the first house, and there is upper house, which is called the second house. And related to this first house and second house, whereas first house is known as the lower house and second house is known as the upper house, in India the Lok Sabha is the first house, which is also known as the lower house, and the Rajya Sabha is the second house, which is also known as the upper house. So according to bicameral legislature, America, Britain and India are the classic example. After that, we have gone through 4 advantages or merits of bicameral legislature, according to which number 1 is that it prevents despotism on a single house, it check on hasty legislation. Number 3, it reduces burdens on legislature because there are two houses and the work load are distributed evenly. And last but not the least, it has representation of different interests. So with this, we have come to the end of today's topic. I hope that whatever the points we have read today, it is now clear to you. So thank you.